Welcome to Unit 3 of IDT 3600. So to review what we've done up to this point, you've created your live text account if that's what you needed to do. We've looked at seamless or high technology learning environments. We've looked at all the different standards: Tennessee Core, Common Core, ISTE, and the PELT standards. 3-part learning objectives which are aligned with the standard that you have chosen for the semester. Came across this on the internet, which I thought was really pertinent to what we are doing in this course, and it fits really well with looking at the seamless and high technology learning environments. What is it that we want our kids to do with technology? The technology is a tool that supports different kinds of learning and different skills. It can be used to support higher thinking orders, synthesis, application. It can be used to collaborate, to work independently, to research, to view the world differently, to connect with different people, to be conscientious people, to raise awareness, to be entrepreneurs. There's lots of different things that technology enables our students to do. And so, as some of you already commented in the discussion, technology is just a tool by which we can focus on these types of learning, these skills that we want our students to leave the classroom having. So, in order for us to support our students, lesson plans are kind of an integral part of what we do. As a novice teacher, they are important because they give us confidence, they prepare us, we're organized, we know what we're doing, we can make sure everything's aligned. As you become more experienced, you'll rely less on following exactly what it says on the lesson plan. It will be more of a guide. But especially for novice teachers, it's really important that we know how to create lesson plans. Depending on where you are in your educational journey, you may have already created lesson plans, or this might be the first time that you are creating them. Another good reason you want a good lesson plan is if you have a substitute come in, you want that substitute to, in essence, teach the same lesson that you had planned. And you do that by having a really thorough, complete lesson plan. So let's take a look. The type of lesson plan templates that we'll be using are the EdTPA lesson plans, and they are split into 9 parts. You have the heading, we have the big idea. This introduces what we're going to be doing in the lesson. You have your 3-part objectives: condition, description, and criteria. And we've got some Bloom's taxonomy, measurable verbs. Next we have the different standards, so your Common Core or your Tennessee Core standards. You're going to use the standard that you've chosen and was approved in discussion. You're going to use this ISTE standard, Research and Information Fluency. Okay, that's the standard that they'll be doing in this lesson. You need materials. Everything that you might need for your lesson, it should be in your lesson plan, and this serves as a checklist to make sure that you are prepared, that you have everything you need in order to follow whatever you're doing in your lesson plan. The background and rationale, some of these we will not look at because it's the focus of different courses, not this course. So for example, academic language. What you also will not cover is differentiation for students, but what you will do is you will say this is a continuation of a earlier standard, because for every lesson you need to place it within what you students learned previously and what students will learn in the next lesson. And the largest part of your lesson plan is the actual timeline and procedures. This is just a small part of the example lesson plan. We have the introduction, and so this is your hook. You're going to get them excited. What's your hook going to be? This may look similar to the example here. And then for the procedures, you have what the teacher will do, and at the same time what students will do, and you will chunk it into time for each activity, so that within each chunk you talk about what students will do and what the teachers will do, and you're going to use active voice, you're going to use commands or directives. So it's not a narrative, it's a directive. So distribute the preamble planning sheets, ask them to describe, have students open, direct students, monitor, assist, directive, clear verbs. What will students do? They're going to list, they're going to complete, describe, open, go to, add, insert. Okay? They're going to do the same type of activity, creating a table in a Word document, except the focus is going to be on your standard. Okay? And then at the end you'll have your closure. Close the lesson. Is it going to be a review? What are you going to do? You'll also have your assessment evidence, and that's usually a rubric and any worksheets. You will do those as well, and we'll look at the example. And then if there's any modifications, there's going to be a blurb that you put in there because that's not going to be the focus of this course. As I said previously, lesson plans, you will spend a lot of time doing them now because they will support your teaching. And the more you write, the easier it'll get and the less you'll rely on them. So let's take a little look at the documents that we're going to use. So this is accessible in content. This is what we were looking at before, all in one document, and you can see the procedures are very long here. Okay, you are pretty much going to copy and paste most of this. You're going to change the words so it fits your content. Okay, this is the rubric. Your rubric again will look very similar, but you will be changing the wording. And then finally, you're going to have your student sample. This is what your student will create. So they're going to create a table, and there's going to be phrases in the first column, pictures, and then why this picture was chosen. So for example, if you're doing the solar system, what might you put here? What images might they put here? If you're doing habitats, or if you're doing, let's say you do your PEAT in health and wellness, you might do what are the 5 food groups, and for each food group they're going to put a picture and they're going to say why they chose that picture. So whatever your focus is, you are going to create a student sample, which is a representation of the work students will produce, and so your learning objective is going to look very similar to this, but again, you're going to change the wording so it fits your standard. If you have any questions about anything that I've talked about or anything at all about the course, please post in discussions, and as always, good luck!